Brian McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted as always to be joined by Brian the Lion Rose. Brian, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a huge fight this past Saturday night. It was Brian Rose. Exactly. Brian Rose versus former world champion Sergio Martinez. Man, just explain to me what happened in that fight. We spoke a little bit before I pushed record there, but from the horse's mouth, what happened in that fight?
You know what? It takes balls to go over to Spain and take someone on in the hometown. It was in a bull ring, and I remember looking up in the change rooms, and there was these machines hanging, and it's where they hang the bulls when they die. And I was thinking, fucking hell, I'm up against it here, you know. So when I went out, you know, I was nervous, but I was supremely confident because I was so fit. You know, I've not felt like that for 5-6 years. So going into the fight, first round, I boxed to a game plan all the way through. The second round, I've hit him with a right hand and I shook him to his boots. He was gone. But what people don't know is he caught me with a body shot at around the same time, so I couldn't follow it up. So my only regret from that fight is the fact that I didn't have the chance to finish him off, because if I'd have finished it off, there would have been no judges, you know, no judges involved, and then there would have been no controversy at the end of it. But everyone in the crowd thought I won. Everyone from Blackpool that were there thought I won. You know, I threw my gumshoe in the crowd. I did all that jumping on the ropes. You know, I honestly thought I'd done. I know it's hard to get a result away from home, but when you win it convincing, you get the result. And I just didn't get it. So disappointed, but at the same time, I can hold my head up high knowing that I beat Sergio Martinez.
That's the thing. Obviously, again, Sergio Martinez, we all know who he is and what he's done in the sport. You're in Spain. That's where he lives now. You know, I mean, you are the wave fighter. Did you go to Spain knowing that you had to go in there and knock him out? Did you know that even if it went to the distance, no matter how convincingly you had won the fight each round and stuff like that, did you go in there with the mindset like, I need to go there and actually knock Martinez out to get the win?
I probably didn't know the extent of it until I actually got over there, realised it was him paying me. It was all his promotions, all the interviews were about him. You know, he was the main man over there. But leading up to it, I think it helped me that I looked past it. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to get as fit as I can. I'm going to win this fight convincing or stop him. And I nearly had him out. I nearly had him out a couple of times, you know, and that's not my game. You know, I've never been a concussive puncher, but the right hand I caught him with would have probably flopped most people. Yeah.
It was a good right hand, man. Was that something that you and Bobby Rim have been working on, that right hand? Because when you landed it, it did look like he was hurt bad from what I saw on Instagram and the clips I saw on Instagram. Yeah,
I mean, as everyone knows, Southpaws are acceptable for right hands. It's about the only punch I could hit him with. So, yeah, it was something that we worked on. And anyone that knows me knows, as an amateur, I only ever got beat by Southpaws. Andrade was a Southpaw, and I didn't deal with him very well. I've really struggled with Southpaws over the years. But this camp, I honestly mastered the Southpaw stance, and I knew that that's always been a massive problem of mine. Fighting Southpaws. I avoided Southpaws at all costs, but now I'd fucking love to fight a Southpaw again. You know, I really would. And I think I handled that really well on the night. I handled the pressure on the night. I didn't do anything wrong on the night because, yeah, I might have been able to up my work rate a little bit, but he won by 4 rounds anyway, so that wouldn't have mattered. You know, they were never going to give me the decision.
You said that you want to fight a Southpaw again, and you can handle Southpaw. So you fishing for the Andrade rematch?
No, I'm a fuck. No, no, no. Definitely not. No.
Listen, like you've proven that you're still there. I mean, you've still got the bit between your teeth. You're still hungry, and now everyone talks about that Scott Fitzgerald fight, how huge that will be for your part of the world, Blackpool and Preston and stuff like that. But domestically right now, you've came back, you've fought 2 fights in Spain. Are you want a homecoming? Are you want to get in a fight over here with somebody with a good UK domestic name?
If I'm honest, I'm not sure what I want to do next. It's still new. It's still early days. I definitely want to fight again, but it just depends how. You know, I do want a homecoming. maybe go out on a win would be nice. Selling out Winter Gardens, a place where, you know, it was my stomping ground, a place where it means a lot to me. Or even at Blackpool Football Club, you know, maybe one of the big rooms there, we could fill out a room and give something for the fans, you know, and bring big time boxing back to Blackpool. Fill the undercard up with some good ticket sellers. You know, if I do that, I want to do it before Christmas because I don't want to get out of shape. I want to do it while I'm still fit. So yeah, I'm thinking about that. But it's hard to make a decision so early. I mean, it took a lot for me to do what I did on Saturday, and it was 14 weeks of hell, you know, in camp. I lived away from my house. Anyone that knows me, knows me that I do everything proper. You know, I'm not one of them that sneaks a drink in camp when I'm training. It's like I'm all or nothing, and I'll find it very hard to do that again.
What did Sergio Martinez say to you after the fight? Was there anything he said? Did he come to the change room and said anything to you or his team or anything like that?
Well, I stormed off, spat my dummy out a little bit because I thought I was pissed off, and then afterwards I thought, you know what, he's a legend. You know, he was an absolute honour to get the opportunity. I should have known beforehand going over there, so I should, you know, it's not like I didn't know. So I thought, you know what, I owe it him to go in his change rooms and say that, you know, thank him for the opportunity. I shared a ring with an absolute legend, so how can I not be thankful for that? You know, I was going home to my family safe, and that's the most important thing for me. So we were both safe. None of us were hurt, apart from a few cuts and bruises. I'm getting paid, so you know, doesn't matter, does it? It's what it is. I've got 3 beautiful kids at home, a beautiful wife. It doesn't matter.
But the thing is, I'm speaking to you now, Brian, and I can see the hunger still in you a little bit. I can still see people still wanting to fight. Like, it's not, you say it's early days and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure if Kieran phones you up and says, listen, I've got this fighter, A, B, C, or whatever, you'll be like, right, okay, let's do it. Whether it be in Spain, Italy, America, or whatever, I'm pretty sure you'll jump at the chance.
Yeah, that's why I've done this interview in the car, so my missus can't hear me, because if she knew that I was having these conversations, she was like, you can fuck off, Brian, not a chance. But like you say, mate, you never say never. I love it. I absolutely love it, and it makes me feel alive. It really does. It's the only thing that makes me feel alive, boxing, and it's not even the money. I just fucking love fighting.
Yeah, and I can see that, mate. But like right now, it'll be good for you too, because you are former British champion, world title challenger, and stuff like that. Do you ever look at the domestic scene at 154 and 160? Because I know you're campaigning at middleweight, but I'm pretty sure we spoke once a couple of months ago that you can get that 154. But then names domestically, the Cheesemans, the Fowlers, the Smiths, and all these guys, like even Scott Fitzgerald, hopefully he can get back in the ring at some stage and stuff like that. I mean, right now, the domestic scene in these divisions, with your name, you're there or thereabouts. I mean, I believe you're number 9 in BoxRec. I mean, so there's still...
Yeah, I mean, I've hit the top 10 now, middleweight, and you know, I was like 29 for something on Saturday, and just through losing on a close points decision, which it wasn't close, but to Sergio Martinez, I'm now 9th, and that middleweight division is red hot. So there's massive fights out there for me. It's just whether I can get up for it and I can put myself through that again. But like I say never. If I get offered the right fight, listen, it has to be worth my while. I'll put that out there. If it's worth my while, to all the promoters out there, if it's worth my while, I'll fucking do it. But if not, I'll have a homecoming in Blackpool. I'll have that anyway. I'll have that before Christmas, then I'll fight someone after it.
You know what? I love that.
You've already done it. I'm already talking about another fight.
See, that's what I'm here for. Listen, I like Blackpool. So if you're having a fight before Christmas down in Blackpool, I'm bringing the wife and kids down, and we're gonna have a weekend of it.
Well, mate, I need an opponent, and you've done a bit of boxing now, haven't you? You're back active again, back in the rankings. So
I'm top 150 at light heavyweight. No, listen, I did enjoy my fight, mind you, but like my elbows and my shoulders after it was like I'm 39 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My elbows and my shoulders were agony after it, so that just tells me that it's time to.
Well, I must admit, I'm sore now. God knows how Sergio Martinez felt. He mustn't be able to get out of bed. But I admire that as well. You know, he's 46 years old, right? And yeah, I won the fight, and I won it convincing. But how good must he have been back in the day? You know, he must have been red hot. You know, it must have been brilliant. And for him to still be in a competitive fight with me,
yeah,
you know, you've got to admire it, haven't you? You've got to.
You seen him like he was in with Matthew Mack. You seen the fights he's had with Matthew Macklin and that Martin Murray's and who was it? He stopped. Was it Pernell Whitaker?
But yeah, there was Barker. I mean, he's been with Barker, Macklin, Murray, and there was a couple of other Brits.
Cesar Chavez Jr. Yeah, Dan Barker.
Yeah. Mad to say, probably before my day.
Yeah. But listen, it was a good fun, and you jumped up the rankings. So and I know what Kieran's probably like. Kieran's a hard worker. He's probably already on lowest and promoters trying to get you that fight. So we can be talking and having a laugh and a joke about it, but Kieran's probably on that phone right now on that blower, speaking to these promoters to get you that fight. So stay with me, mate.
Yeah, no, I've got to stay fit for my mental health anyway. You know, I probably spoke to you about it before at Christmas. I struggled, and I know I need the gym. I know I need to stay active and stay off the booze. Like anyone, you know, it's no good for you. So I've got to. I will stay in the gym. I've got so much to look forward to in my podcast. Doing a bit of managing myself now. So it's something that I'm looking forward to getting my teeth into. But also, you know, I'm not writing off the boxing just yet.
Yeah, you know, keep your mind active. You keep your mind active, mate. That keeps you going in life. Now, I did mention that your fight was a huge fight on Saturday night, probably the biggest fight that happened on Saturday. But there was a small fight that happened as well. Around about the time you fought was Joshua versus Usyk. I don't know if you were fighting in Spain. You didn't get to see the fight live, but have you managed to watch it back? And what are your thoughts?
Yeah, you know what? My ring entrance was at 11:30. His was exactly the same time. So as I was getting out of the ring, I spat my dummy out. I was kicking fuck out of everything in the change room. Someone said to me, "Joshua's been beat." I was like, "I don't give a fuck. I'm not asked. I don't care." But yeah, I've not seen it. I've heard it was a masterclass by Usyk, and he did a proper job, and Joshua didn't really do much. Yeah. But I can't really comment until I watch it back. But Joshua lost too much weight, didn't he? He lost too much weight. You know, he's a man that relies on his power. So why you lose that weight and try and outbox one of the best, probably the best boxer in the world? I don't know, but yeah, it certainly sets up a great fight between Fury and Usyk. That'll be some fight, but I still fancy Fury.
Yeah, Fury's still got to get past Wilder in next week Saturday. So
he'll smash it. He'll smash it.
But listen, I'm like I said to you, man, I'm good to see you smiling, even though you did come off a controversial loss. You're still smiling, you're still positive, and looking at the way you fought and the way you're I can sense that you're hungry again. So, what do you believe is next for you? If for people watching this, what's next for Brian Rose?
All I can say is I am definitely going to fight again. It just depends at what level and what scale that I want it. So, if I have a homecoming and I decide to go out on a win, everyone will be. I'm sure everyone will be behind me and support me. If I want one last hurrah, which is also possible, you know. So I am going to fight again. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's good news, mate. Listen, like I said to you, the Martinez fight was a good fight. I watched the highlights and stuff like that. So, you hold your head up high. I think Kieran definitely thought you won. You definitely thought you won. So there's no shame in that. Yeah. Just the judges.
No, definitely not. And like I say, I've got a lot to be positive about. I'm blessed, you know. Like I say, I've got 3 beautiful children, a beautiful family at home waiting for me. You know, I was on the first flight home the next day. All my mates were still on the piss. They were like, "Come out with us." I'm like, "No, I want to get home to see my fucking kids." That's it. So that's it.
Good stuff. Well, Brian, won't keep you much longer, my man. Listen, I know this isn't the end for you, but the next time, if you're having a homecoming in Blackpool, I'm coming down for the weekend, just to let you know.
Well, mate, I couldn't make it the end. You've convinced me now to fight again. So
just for me, just fight. In fact, you know what? I won't fight you. You can be the win against me. All right?
Well, okay, it's on. I'm definitely going to fight again then.
just don't knock me out, right? Because my family's going to be watching.
Man, I couldn't knock a wank out.
Oh, you don't need to now. You've got 3 kids. You don't need to do any of that sort of nonsense. Listen, Brian, man, stay safe, brother, man. Hopefully I'll see you in Blackpool, man. And thanks again for doing this for IFL TV.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, pal.
Yeah, brother. Thank you.